So one of the things 2020 has done to us, to me personally at least, has heightened our level of paranoia when it comes to making sure that we are in a very sanitized environment. Now, this has been going on for a long time. It's just within the last year that we find ourselves, putting hand sanitizer every 5 minutes on our hands and using disinfectants everywhere in the house. Meet Frank Haverkate. This is the guy you want to know. Now, why is that? Frank, who are you and what do you do?
Well, thanks for the introduction. We've known each other for a while, been sending clients each other's way. I'm an air quality consultant. We have an air quality assessment and consulting company, but we also have a Bionic Healthy Home, it's called, a Healthy Home Products and HVAC division, where we solve people's air quality issues. So on one side we do testing and consulting to see what is going on, if anything, in residential homes and offices, and then write reports and give recommendations. On the other hand, we can also service those buildings or homes when they want to improve their air quality. We've inspected anything from houses to offices to airplanes to limos to boats to yachts. There are different air quality challenges in every environment, but one that's popping up more and more these days with COVID, where we're disinfecting everything in sight, is that we may not actually be as clean as we think we are. So people are disinfecting surfaces, countertops, door handles, light switches, everything, their hands, and for good reason. But people would be surprised, even with all the disinfectants and bleaches and everything, that you may not be as clean as you think you are, and that bacteria and viruses and allergens, and that doesn't have to be just COVID, it can be the seasonal flu, it can be E. coli, it can be any kind of bad bacteria and virus, can survive on a surface that you're trying to disinfect because of a phenomenon called a biofilm.
Biofilms. A biofilm is a thick slimy layer secreted by a community of bacteria that surrounds, protects and attaches to living and non-living surfaces. Why are biofilms such a problem? More than 90% of chronic wounds have a biofilm. It's invisible to the naked eye. It induces a chronic inflammatory response that prolongs wound healing. It's impenetrable to antibiotics, antibodies and antimicrobials. Exchanging information between different species, bacteria teach each other to become resistant against antibiotics. That's frightening, isn't it?
The Breezo Probiotic Air Treatment. This is something that Mr. Haverkate here, which you should know by now if you've watched the rest of the videos, brought out as a product that cleans and disinfects, helps clean and, I'm going to let you explain it. Right.
So the test we did in your bathroom, because you thought your bathroom was clean.
Well, before you start with the test, I'll do a quick recap here. We did do a test. This is actually the third time Mr. Haverkate is here about this particular product. Now, here's what happened. When we first saw the product and we were very interested, was one condition, however, that we had to go through, and that was to actually test the product in my own home. And we started doing that 2 weeks ago, roughly, I want to say.
Yes.
In our powder room downstairs. We only thing we did was we did a swap as a benchmark. We have the test results for the swap. I really don't want to know, but we have them. And then the other thing is we left the Breezo Probiotic Air Treatment in the bathroom. Didn't touch anything. The bathroom has been used same way it's always been used. We actually haven't cleaned it. The second time Frank came over and did a second swap after about 4 days where the Breezo Probiotic was there. And now Frank is back for the third time with both test results. And if this is a win, you will see this product on our website. And so Frank, let's see what you got.
So I'll qualify this too. Your bathroom was clean. It was as clean as you always have it.
I certainly
you had
hope it
cleaned
was.
it
Yes.
before we did the test. we did a swab of light switches, door handles, and faucet handles, and the same as in my own bathroom when I first started with this product, I went through the same thing. To our surprise, you have E. coli on all those surfaces.
Okay.
For the reason of the biofilm protecting these pathogens.
Right.
After 4 days of misting continuously mist every 2 to 3 hours, it mists about 1 billion probiotic bacteria through the air, which then covers everything in your bathroom.
Yeah.
The probiotic was able to crowd out and eliminate E. coli and coliforms to 0. We started with too numerous to count, meaning the lab saw so much in their petri dish they didn't bother counting it, to absolute 0. So let me just explain how that works.
Yeah.
Probiotics reproduce at a high rate, and they're a good bacteria.
Right, yes.
Whereas E. coli, coliforms, they are an intestinal bacteria. They're bad for us. If you spray the probiotics through the air, it'll cover all the surfaces and kind of push out or crowd out the bad bacteria. They can no longer survive on those surfaces, and it depletes the biofilm where they can hide. And this is why we're getting a 0 result, because we have an abundance of good bacteria now in the bathroom, and the bad one can't survive. So if someone were to touch that surface and then touch their mouth, they wouldn't be taking in E. coli anymore, they'd be taking in probiotics.
You know what? These reports,
So we sent this to
we
the
will
lab.
publish, right?
Yeah, we
Okay.
sent this to the lab,
Okay.
and you'll see in the first report, too numerous to count for E. coli. The second follow-up for E. coli and coliforms, absolute 0.
What are coliforms again?
They are a grouping of bacteria, intestinal bacteria. E. coli is a very specific species, and coliforms is a general grouping.
And they exist in
Poop.
Okay. Okay, I wish I didn't know that, but right now I'm very happy to know that we are free of coliforms and E. coli. Now here's my question for you.
They can also exist in raw food. If you have pets, they track it in. So it doesn't have
I
to be from
appreciate you-
somebody that didn't wash their hands properly.
Again, no one should take our word for it. If people wanted to, can they actually get this test done for their own home?
They could, but it's not an off-the-shelf test at a Home Depot either. I think there are some online tests, but these are very exact tests done through my consulting company. We do it for clients, but
Okay.
these
Do they cost a lot?
Yeah, they can be $1,500 to $2,000 to do a test like this, but I think there are some kits now. I don't know how accurate they are.
Okay, that's fantastic. Frank, where can people find you?
Well, they can find you on vacuumwarehouse.ca to purchase it there, and we are at verifyairqualitytest.ca.
Verifyairqualitytest.ca. Mr. Frank Haverkate is an indoor air quality expert. And thank you very much
Thanks
for
very much.
doing all the tests and coming back 3 times now already just to prove to us that this works.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Frank.